Okay, so good morning and welcome to. Uh-oh. We won't bother with the intro. We're just going to go straight into it. Let's get a warm
Into
up done. So find a space. Let's just jump in on the spot. We've now got it so the recording now records both people's voices by just using directly from Zoom because Zoom's fixed the YouTube thing. But I've now got another issue where I can't quite get it to do everything I want it to do to make the show go really nice and easy. But
right.
I'll fix it eventually, don't worry. Do, 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 do. Right, and I just want to change this to there. Okay, and some styling up, some jumping jacks. That's it. Nice big movements. Yeah, those big joints moving. Anything that kind of gets done moving around. And then back into jogging on spot. Okay, we'll kick that out. Right, so this morning we're going to do 5 movements specifically for our lower body. We're talking about our quads mainly, our hamstrings, and our glutes. That's what the kind of 3 muscle groups we're going to use this morning. So we're going to start off with some hamstring kickbacks. So get ourselves into a bent over position. Somewhere we can rest on something so we can get our bodies almost parallel to the ground. From there, we're going to bring our leg up, our knee as close to our chest as we can. We're going to drive our heel straight backwards, stretching out our hamstring. And then bring it back in, really squeeze that hamstring, bring that knee as close to your chest as you can. We're then going to do it on the opposite leg, drive it back, and then all the way back forwards. And then bring it back down. From there, we're going to go into some goblet squats. So we'll grab hold of some weights. So there's some weights, here you go. And put the weights on our chest, feet shoulder width apart, pushing our backside backwards down into that squatted position. Then we're going to squeeze our quads to drive the ground away. As I said before, I tend to try and get my elbows as close to my knees as I can to get to the top, squeeze my glutes to engage my hips to stop. From there, we're going to go into some step ups. So all the way up and all the way back down. Same again, squeeze the quads to drive your foot through the step and then stop by squeezing your glutes at the top. After we've done those, we're going to step and do some reverse lunges. So again, find 2 marks on the ground that you can use as your measures. Step backwards, drop the back knee down, squeeze your front quad, bring yourself back up to standing. Same again, backwards, back knee down, step forwards into standing. And then to finish things off, we're going to go on to a step. We're going to do some single leg calf raises. So we're just going to stand on one leg on the step. Again, just the pads and the soles of our feet so that our heels is hanging over the edge. We're going to drive the heel down. So get a nice good stretch on the back of our calves, then push up by squeezing our calves as much as we can. And we're going to do exactly the same on the opposite leg, all the way down, feel that stretch down the back of our calves, and then all the way back up. Okay, any questions? Awesome. In which case, we'll make a start on set number 1. So straight into our bent over position for hamstring kickbacks. Body parallel to the ground. We're going to make a start of these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And from there, going hold of our weights. I was going to some goblet squats. We're keeping our weights high on our chest, pushing our backside backwards. Really feel it in our quads as we drive the floor away. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And from there into step ups. So remembering, step up with your quads, stop with your glutes. Really drive that foot into the step. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. From there into our reverse lunges. So I find our 2 marks on the ground. I'm just going to step backwards in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. And from there, back onto our step, as we go back into single leg calf raises. You can keep that heel hovering over the back of the step, really allow it to stretch and then squeeze. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and down, up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, have a break, grab a drink. Remember to put timer on. Yeah, so it is really important kind of to keep monitoring yourself and the kind of things when you go through the course on the Kajabi portal. And one of the thing, there's a whole section on monitoring because it's such a big important part of it all. So it starts off. We talk about specifically like feelings. You know, how did it feel when you did certain things? How do you feel at that moment in time? So was your connection good? Have you had a great week? What's kind of giving you those high emotions this week? What's kind of giving you those low emotions? And it helps you kind of put things into perspective so you can see if you're having a really stressful week and then your performance hasn't been great in the gym and things, then there's a reason for it. And you can start to say, okay, I understand why those things are happening. Or it could be, for example, you're not having a really stressful week, but your performance has been great. Or you've had extra sleep or something and your performance is great. Or your sleep's not been quite as good and your performance has been great. But whatever it is, you start to be able to measure and monitor and work out what's the linkages are. A bit like a linkage into set number 2. As we go back into our hamstring kickbacks. To get ourselves bent back over. This time we're going to be thinking about the feelings that we're going to have inside our hamstrings. So as we drive it back, really feel them stretch. And as we bring the knee towards our chest, really feel our hamstrings squeeze. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, too many. On the other leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And from there, grabbing our weights as we move back into our goblet squats. Bring them up to our chest. Again, the feeling here, try and just put your mind straight into your quads. It's all about your quads. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And from there, into step ups. So keeping that feeling in our quads, as we squeeze them, try and push the step away. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. And from there, we transition into our reverse lunges. So you can find those spaces in the ground, still concentrating on that feeling in our quads. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. Back onto our step. Let's go into our single leg calf raises. Our focus now changes back to our calves. Again, real deep stretch on the way down, real big squeeze on the way up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Have a break. Grab a drink. So one of the other things to think about when you're monitoring is also how you look. So it's really important to kind of make sure you're taking it. Well, for you, it's easy because you just take a photograph of yourself and just keep a track of it over time. Because one of the things that we're really bad at as humans is actually remembering how we were. And we've kind of got this perception of what's in our mind, but the perception is not always reality. So having a photograph taken on a regular basis, again, every 4 weeks or something, means that we can compare back and say, okay, I can see the work I've done. So this morning, for example, I've increased in weight. I've actually put on a kilogram. If I would have just gone on that, I would have been quite disappointed because of what I'm trying to do towards the photo shoot in November. But knowing how I look, so I've got the photographs, knowing that I've come out of the injury and I've increased the size of my chest, I can now actually say that's probable muscle mass that's being recreated and actually stored retained water and stored muscle glycogen, which has increased the size of those muscles. So because I can now marry those two things together, I can understand why that's kind of change has happened, and I can actually be quite happy about it. So again, it kind of helps you change your perspective. So again, keeping a regular record of how you look is kind of important. Just like set number 3 is. Okay, back into our bento position. Our hamstring kickbacks. This time working on timing. So fast on the way out and slow on the way in. Oh, sorry, slow on the way out. So you're stretching, and fast on the way in, so you're squeezing. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1. Nice deep stretch. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Standing up, grabbing hold of our weights. Let's go into our goblet squats. And bring our weight to our chest. Speed-wise, slow on the way down, then fast on the way up. Feel the explosion in your quads as you drive the floor away. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, popping the weights down. Progressing over to step ups. But for this one, it's just going to be that nice rhythmic motion. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay. Then back into position, ready for our lunges, our reverse lunges. Speed-wise again, slowing the way down. Feel that stretch in your quads. And then fast and explosive as you come back to the start position. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay, from there, back onto our bottom step, into our calf raises. So slow on the way down, fast on the way up. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Round to the other leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, have a break, grab a drink, put the timer on. So then the other thing to think about is how you record everything so that you actually have a record of all of what you've been doing month in, month out. But then also things like what you've been eating and how you've been performing in your exercises, so that you know how many sets you've done, how many reps you've done, what exercise it was, what the weights were, what the final weight was specifically, at what point you failed. And then also, so you can see where you're drifting off your meal plan. So if you know, for example, you're having 2070 calories and you're supposed to be getting, I don't know, 170 grams worth of protein, if you can consistently see you're doing that and you can see everything's working and growing the right way, and then you have a week where you're not consistently doing that, then you can start to track it and say, I understand why that change didn't happen. Or it could be, for example, you start to have a reaction. One of the clients had a reaction to the eggs. And it was just literally a case of she didn't realize she had an intolerance to eggs. But being able to track these things meant that she could start to work out what was causing the problem. And again, being able to alleviate that. So again, keeping good records of what's going on each week really does help you understand what's happening inside your body. Bit like set number 4. Okay. So back into our bent over position. And hamstring kick backs. I'm going to bring it all together. Great form. So great connection with your hamstrings. That nice stretch and that good squeeze. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Grabbing hold of our weights, move into our goblet squats. We're going to 15 goblet squats. Weights on our chest. Again, bring it all together. So great connection, great explosion in those quads as you drive the floor away. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Popping the weights down. We're going to go back into our step ups, increasing the speed just that little bit. We'll do 15 of these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay, and there into our reverse lunges. Again, start with our feet just over shoulder width apart. So as we bring our legs back, we can keep them in that parallel lines together. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay, last exercise of the morning. Onto our single leg calf raises. So up onto our bottom step. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, grab yourself a drink. And that is the end of another lower body session for this week. Next week, I'm away. I'm learning how to sail. So I'm not going to have a sessions in the morning. Simply because I'm going to be camping outside in the middle of a field somewhere. So we'll be back on the 19th. So thoroughly enjoy your week in Brittany and enjoy your friends coming over.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah. A couple things to note. I noticed.
Yeah.
I think one thing you could do and also encourage everyone with the journaling is also journal within the exercises, how you feel during it. And I'll just start just verbally, like the lunges I have a love-hate relationship with, right? I hate them because they're hard, but I love them. It's good for my ultimate game. We hadn't done lunges in a while. And I noticed within the 4 sets, the first ones were very hard with balance. And then you said to focus on the quad, not for me, the issue is the bending down. I can't bend down so much. But if you focus on that quad exploding, then the bending down is just to get you there. So that's a mental shift. The other thing you could say is, I mean, you say it with everything, it's implied with everything, but also the balance thing, you engage your core.
Yeah.
That helped me to kind of stabilize a little bit. And when you said widening that stance, I was too soon like this, so I was like wobbly. But when I went a little bit the width of the mat. So those micro adjustments helped to go. I saw the big change between first set and fourth set.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Brilliant. Love it. No, thank you for the feedback. And you're absolutely right. So when, for example, I'm doing my own workout, I will track and log every single one that I do, including the feelings and things. So you're absolutely spot on with that, and definitely do that. Have a look at the module on the Kajabi portal, because I say it's got a whole load more information around it. So hopefully it'll help.
Sounds good.
Cool.
A good week off. I mean, and camping and such, you deserve it. And I'll try to do some workouts online.
Thank you very much. Well, yeah, we've got the whole bank now. I mean, we're up to episode number 311 is this one. So it's like 311 what we recorded, let alone the extra couple of hundred we had before that. So yeah, enjoy. And yeah, I'll catch up with you on the 19th.
All right. Thanks, Martin. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Cheers.